What's going on, dudes and dudettes, exiles? I'm here today to give you my build that I run on Ritualist. I have ran while leveling. You can run it from level 1, but few disclaimers. I've just finished streaming for 25 hours. I've been awake for like, by now, 29 hours, so excuse me if something might sound a bit off. I'm a bit fried, but anyways, some of you may know already about the current situation where a lot of people just cannot really continue or like play this game because it's way too hard. We just got hotfixes that some of the stuff got fixed. Rares are much easier to kill and whatnot, so it was not in this footage. And now I'm gonna show you this Viper boss because I feel like this is the hardest boss. It's kind of like DPS check. Now this is a new league. I start on a brand new, economy reset as well. So I tried to play this as SSF as well. My RNG was absolute worst for gear. I was pretty lucky with currency and whatnot in terms of like drops, raw drops during campaign. But when it comes to crafting RNG, super bad. My spear here was trash. The gear, you will see me in a second in game. I have much better. And there's also a build ongoing right now for Huntress with Whirlwind and Twisters. It's bugged in Trash right now. It does so much damage, but that's getting nerfed very soon. So today I'm going to show you like ethical build, if you will, ethical setup. We did start playing as a full 4-man group, and it is the worst. I definitely do not recommend anyone playing in a group. It's really not worth it. So this is only one of the few runs where I did solo. Later on, I just end up with my friend Soulbound. He was playing a support with curses and debuffs, so he couldn't really play solo, right? But yeah, group scaling, the HP mobs, especially in bosses, is absolutely ridiculous. We tried this Viper boss as full 4-man squad. We tried it like 10 times, 15 times. No way, no way, it's no way. So we ended up just trying to solo. This is, I don't know which try this was, but yeah, this is just some Viper kill. And I didn't really have, I used a little bit different setup later. You can see me using an explosive spear into spear throw. So I did 2 explosive spears, 1 spear throw, back and forth. But later on, I just used lightning spear. You can also use Stormlands, but Stormlands was bugged. It was disconnecting everyone. They fixed that crash. It's already fine. So maybe some AoE clears and whatnot. It was well in Act 2, Act 3 crew. This was Act 2. Here I use lightning spear for clear because lightning spear for clear is absolutely insane with a new support gem called Vault. Shout out to Micro, because that combo is really insane with lightning spear. I believe this ability will be something for mapping or overall endgame. Let me get some footage here. Oh, this was the boss we did as a duo. My boy over here, again, supporter with debuffs. Now, for a single target, what you can use, and is probably the strongest, it's super sad. It pains me to say that, but Spear Stab. A regular default attack with Spear Stab is probably the best. I'll show you what kind of support gems you add there, because Spear Step is free, as in you don't need to add any extra jeweler orbs, because that gets unlocked with the character level. I believe this first one, which is the third socket, unlocks level 35 or 40, but that means for the weapon itself, you need to have level weapon 35 plus, I believe. Excuse the timers on the screen. This is just from stream, taken from the stream as I'm doing the subathon. And there's still some time left, but Lightning Arrow, definitely something I'll probably use for map clearing. There's a bit of a different setup I plan to use for endgame, but just for leveling, for the through campaign, I'm almost at the end of Act 3 Cruel. We got the Giga stuck with crashes yesterday. We also got stuck with bosses, because again, group stuff is definitely not enjoyable in this current version of the game, because this current version of the game is just... not for, I don't want to say it like that, but it's pretty rough. Let's put it that way. It's pretty hard, this game right now. Much different than last league and whatnot. I thought it was because of the class. I thought Huntress is bad. I mean, it is not the best for sure, but no, it's all the other classes as well. I tried to get some movement speed through the skill tree, because that, movement speed is a huge factor in terms of like defenses. It's gonna keep you alive, like literally. Because you're just able to move faster between the mobs and mob packs and whatnot. A lot of people struggle with being stunned and stun locked to death, like very easily. I didn't have a single problem with that. I don't know why. The only stun threshold what I had is just the from the Venom Crypts in Act 3, the stun threshold potion. That's the only thing I had. But again, even double man scaling duo is rough in this current version. Solo is definitely way to go, like 100%. I had some pretty good, pretty neat like clips with the AoE clear with lightning spear. Here I was soloing the silver fist because my friend got collapsed and destroyed. I did kill him though, don't worry, don't worry. Also, there was a rare, dude, look at this guy. Hasted Empowering. By the way, you can see me having Tame a Beast. I will share something absolutely insane. This beast that I tamed. It doesn't tank as much, but it doesn't matter at all because it just got one tap. But you want to find a rare that has the aura, invulnerability aura, that makes you immune to damage for 5 seconds and it casts every 10 seconds. So only 5 minutes, only 5 seconds of a window where you don't have the aura. Otherwise, you're just immune to damage. I could tank Executioner in Cruel, no problem. Just dodge some of his hits, and then it was smooth sailing. That one is really good for on the rare. Like a big fan. The reason why I added also Lightning Spear is because it has like multiplicative more chance to shock. Shock is amazing debuff, 20% damage increase to the target, so you definitely want to have that. And I believe here was I about to like end the stream, whatnot. Added a boss here. I wanted to show you like tank clears, not bosses. But well, we also have Innervate Support Gem linked to Lightning Spear because that gives you lightning damage extra, 35%, very good. This in combination with Herald of Thunder, that's really, really amazing. My Herald of Thunder was actually low level, like level 7. I did not have a Spirit Gem for that. I don't know why. Like I just upgraded my Wind Dancer, which is on the bosses, which I never even activated. So, and Thunderous Leap is a very amazing mobility skill. You want to use that between moving from packs, so I'm a big fan of that. A big fan. But yeah, rares don't look like this in this current version as of right now. As of right now, you guys watching this video, rares are much easier to kill because they lowered something called Taper. It's in the patch notes. I can link those in the description if you guys want to. So it's much easier to kill them. But I'll take you in the game. Before we do so though, I have a planner in Mobalytics. I will share it in the description. Huntress is not in Path of Building yet. This Ascendancy, Ritualist. So I don't have a link for a Path of Building, but I'll definitely add it in the description. But let's take you inside the game. So there is my beast here. You'll have an icon here of the buff. I forgot to take a look at from the footage, but above here, 5-second duration with that says immune to damage. And for the next 5 seconds after it's off, there's nothing. So every 10 seconds, it casts the aura. It cannot be, the duration cannot be increased through the support gem. I tried it, it doesn't work. Persistence, sadly. So, because, or there's an idea we want to try. If you can get 3 people in the group with this pet, or like this, with this rare mod, the invulnerable aura, you probably can be immortal. If it does, if you can like overlap, right? If you will. If there is no diminishing return, which I doubt, you can basically be immune. So that's a test we want to do. But anyways, skill gems. First thing, Explosive Spear. You can use it since level 1. Amazing ability. Now you can have only 1 active at the same time. And that's why I went with Overabundance to have a +1. So we have +2 on the ground. Right? That explodes. Pretty good DPS number here. We are mainly looking for this number because this is the explosion. And this is pure fire damage. So a big fan of this one. This one is a detonation ability. So it detonates after a while. Let's see here. Does it say here? There is ignited ground, but does it say anyway here? You can also frenzy charge this ability, but when it comes to frenzy charges, I'll talk about it in a second. Detonation time is 1.5 seconds, but that's with Expedite. Expedite is a new support gem, literally meant for these skills. If I don't have that, it's 2.5 seconds. You definitely want to have this. I picked it as the first support gem. Very good. Second one, Lightning Spear. This one has increased shock here, 100%. It cannot pierce, fork, chain, or return. The only thing it does is it's splitting from terrain. So I tried a little tech with Frostwall. You spawn Frostwall. It used to act as terrain in the days, but they fixed it. You no longer can use it to split and whatnot. But overall, amazing ability. The clear with this one is ridiculous. You wanna, for mapping or like AoE clears, you wanna use Barrage for Lightning Spear, because this will empower your projectiles similar to Warcries on Titan or Warbringer. So with this, more damage, and it will like split, if you will, the spear, the proc. This also consumes frenzy charges, but we don't have those yet here. It's really nice. They have all these skills that require kind of like frenzy charge to deal more damage and whatnot. But there is just they nerfed frenzy generation. They nerfed combo frenzy. They literally made the timer twice as long when you generate the charge every like 4.5 seconds. That's just bad. It used to be 2 seconds. So not a big fan of that. The only way how to get a frenzy charge reliably, I mean, sure, combat frenzy and freeze, you can get that, or electrocute or pin. I don't have any of that. I'm not the biggest fan of it as of right now, level 58. But you can go parry. You can go parry into disengage, but that's such a bad gameplay. I really don't like it. Very clunky, not smooth at all, horrible. Sometimes you don't even get frenzy charge. Wild. On single target, I like to barrage my explosive spear. So what it does is it just doubles your spear the first throw. As you can see, I have double spear here. Then I throw another one because that still counts for the limit here. It's not like this one throw with barrage. It's already 2 of your limits of spear. You can actually have like 2 of these plus extra one, right? 2 here and this one. And then just lightning spear. And again, double lightning spear. It's basically double explosive, double lightning spear. So it's very good. There are also gloves that convert fire damage to lightning. So that's something for my future build, but we won't talk about that right now. Thunderous Sleep to gap close or just travel around in the map. I like this one the most. I like it more than Chill Charge. I like it more than normal leap. You can add the Holy Descent. This will give you more regen, HP by 5%. And reduction of curses. There is a good support gem, new one called Shock the Ground, which is a new one, but you need to crit. You need crit build for that right here. Shocking Leap, excuse me. That creates Shock the Ground for 4 seconds when you crit. I would love to have that. So crit build, something I'm gonna look into. Now another option for a like main target, single target damage is right here. Spear stab, literally. You want to get a rage here because that stacks 30 times, and one stack gives you 100% multiplicative attack damage. So 30% multi damage. We got martial tempo for attack speed here. Right now I have 0.36. That's very fast. And last one we have close combat and their multiplier to attack damage, similar to rage. Why I have nothing in my offhand, no buckler or anything. There is amazing keystone, which I really recommend for, I guess, almost any spear builds. There is Dance with Death. This will give you multiplicative skill speed if you have only martial weapon in main hand, nothing in offhand. A big fan of that. Attack speed on everything is just insane. And obviously more attack speed, more damage as well. So these numbers don't look too bad. Spear throw here, I used to before, but don't really need that. Next up, we got Herald of Thunder. I just have the AoE here for now. That's what I use for map clears. For bosses, I just get Wind Dancer because Thunder doesn't proc there. Clarity if you can. Depends on the spirit on your gear. I have only spirit and chest piece. Now we got Primal Strike, something I want to experiment with, and I might want to. That's what I want to play as my endgame build because it's pretty interesting, like 3 setup combo ability in one. But we'll see. Disengage if you really want to get like out of bad situations is not too bad. Pretty good support gem. 25% evasion rating for a quarter second of the attack time of the ability. This one is 0.2, so you are getting 25% evasion rating. Now the Dire Tusk, the Tame Beast, how it works, you basically engrave the Tame Beast here, equip that, you will have a spell, you cast the spell on the rare, and you need to kill the rare while it has the debuff, and that way you will collect it like a Pokemon. Then you can just summon it, and it's also the higher level of the rare, or stronger, like with more mods, the more spirit it is gonna reserve. And oh, you can see the affix here. What do you have on the modifier? I have nothing. I have no quality, so that's pretty GG. I mean, I did drop some, but not that many. Again, I'm trying to approach this as SSF at the beginning of the league, despite playing in a group with boys. When it comes to the skill passives here, I tried to do. So that's the thing in this current version of the game. You need to go almost everything into damage if you want to kill something. Let alone, I mean solo, let alone in the group. So first start, I took these points to Primal Instinct. Then I took these points into big damage here and big damage here. And accuracy, don't worry about the reduced attack speed. You want to take Blur for movement speed, very good one. Next up, I went here. I believe I went straight for here because of movement speed and attack damage. I also went some more movement speed and evasion rating. From here, you can go for a penetration and more AoE. This is also damage. Double damage, actually, because we use elemental and attack damage applies to anything. As you can see here. Next up, you can definitely take Catalysis. Dance with Death, excuse me, Dance with Death should be rushed first after this. It's up to you. If you have good weapon, don't need damage, you can go with Dance with Death. My gear was trash. Also, Spear passives here, very good. You can take that. Some generic damage, damage attack speed, damage attack speed. It's kind of boring, these passives, but it is what it is. After this, you can go for Herald. More lightning damage. This is generic damage as well. Afflicted with Herald, you can get some lightning penetration here. You can get some increased elemental damage and increased chance to shock and ignite, which is what we do with bow skills. Up top, more attack damage. You can also take Enter Cluster, which is close for more attack damage. And down here, I want to go straight for Forces of Nature for more pen and eventually Lightning Rod, because this is just absolutely crazy. They nerfed it actually. I believe this was a permanent buff before. All your damage, lightning damage with hits was lucky. Non-crits very lucky. Not... Oh! This could be a little buff actually. Before it said the non-crits are lucky hits. Lightning damage, I mean. Interesting. But yeah, eventually I want to spec into lightning build setup, which I will cover in probably in a different... I will probably have a different tab in the planner on Mobalytics. Or at like mid-game and then end-game probably. That's what I'll do. That'll be the best. Have everything, all three versions in one guide, if you will. I'll do that. So that's some of the options. Now let's talk about the Ascendancy Y Ritualist. This is a leveling build, but you will have this during leveling. So obviously one ring slot, and then we get also Mystic Attunement, which is Baby Ingenuity, which is the unique belt that increases the effect of rings. This one increases the effect of amulets as well. Now, why do I like that? Is because I like to stack flat damage on rings and gloves. Some of you may see my builds from Titan, Earthquake, and Earth Shatter in the right upper corner. That's how I procced Herald of Thunder, despite being full physical. But having a full full flat damage on rings gives so much DPS. Like this bad boy right here, for example, on this Lightning Spear is 300 DPS. Explosive Spear, look at this thing right here. 6.6 thousand to 7.4. So the higher the number, obviously, the more DPS you get. That's just one flat damage, which is a tier 4. So I've this goes to up to tier 9. So you get the idea, right? Also, this also amplifies resistances. My gear with resistances is very bad, but yet my rest doesn't look too bad. This ring is bad. I mean, no flat damage. This ring is even worse. What the hell? No life. Another thing why I want to go Ritualist is because my goal is to get like 10,000 life, ideally. We'll see. That's possible. Because stun threshold does scale from life. So you will be basically immune to stuns. And one thing a lot of people don't realize, I'll show you something, right? So there are these new unique charms. I got this one from my boy Scary. So grants a power charge on use. But you need to take cold damage from a hit, right? To activate this. So why is Ritualist good here? Ritualist can basically use charms on demand at the cost of mana. Sure, 25% mana is a lot, but to generate charges like that, there is also a second one that gives you a frenzy charge instead of power charge. I don't have it, but that one is also insane. So imagine you have that. Imagine you can get frenzy charge whenever you want. Your lightning spear or exclusive spear just go they will just be a totally different beast. So that's something what I'm looking forward to, because the frenzy charge exclusive spear does a lot of damage. I mean, look at the base here. Attack damage 374. Normal one. Even the explosion is pretty good here, but it's even higher. Lightning spear, same story. You get 50% multiplicative damage when consuming a frenzy charge. So that's also not too bad, right? There's a different way how to consume a charge. I think it's through power charge though. There's a support gem that you can apply to like Ember Fusillade. Ember Fusillade has very fast cast speed. You cast it and can consume a power charge. Forget how exactly was the combination, but that's also a way, but that's not frenzy, right? I wish we could convert power charges to frenzy through resonance key passive, which is in here. But sadly, that's not the case. We can only get endurance charges. because Profane Ritual on a weapon set 2 with Sacrifice is what I use for Flicker Strike, which I have a build about in the right up corner, and it's an absolute peak charge generation, but it's only power charge. So Charms here on demand, very good stuff, +1 charm slot. There is also the so-called Headhunter. You just perform a ritual sacrifice on a rare monster. You will steal its modifiers for duration. It's for 18 seconds. You can put persistence on it. It lasts longer. But I don't know. And you can have one of the modifiers from rares on demand at the cost of your life. I might go with this, but I'm more of a fan of Charms because I feel like Charms will be insane. I can leave in the description the link to the database where you can take a look at the Charms yourself. But yeah, that's one of the things. Also, another thing on the Charm section down here, you can get a third slot. You can also get damage and movement speed increase while you have active Charms. So this could be a permanent buff if we really can get permanent Charms on demand through this passive. Yeah, this would be pretty good, I think. What else we have here? We got like increased effect of the Charms. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Oops, I misclicked. When it comes to gear, main hand, you can see my weapon is a joke. Sure, flat fire damage and lightning damage, top notch, we need that. But that's pretty much all it has, right? So this weapon is not that great, not that great. Well, I'm level 58 right now, 8 levels behind, 7 levels behind the weapon, whatever. Here, not too crazy, but I have all the stats you need on armor is in the planner. But resistances, life, maybe mana on gear, that means all these 4, even belt. On the chest piece, you can get like main attribute, also spirit, amulet, also spirit, triple modifier. You can get attributes, you can get crit chance, crit damage if you go for crit. That's more for an endgame setup. Rings, once again, flat damage, even triple. Don't be afraid to get physical, cold, lightning, fire, anything, right? Everything scales super well. Life, resistances, that kind of stuff. This ring is very good, but doesn't have enough mods. On the gloves, you can go, again, resistance is life, but attack speed, you can go also the attributes too. You can go melee attacks, melee skills plus, that will help your spear stab for single target. Boots, movement speed. You can also get stunt result on all these 3 items. Here you can get anything charm that involves charms. My belt is level 16. That's just insane. Just 27. Do I have no evasion? That's wild. Progression in the campaign when it comes to gear. Yeah, you get currency, but also depends on RNG. I don't know. I was not the luckiest with gear in general. Potions. Increased charges per second, good mod too. Reduce charges on use, pretty good too. Amount recovered, charges gained again, very good too. Charms, I'll talk about it. We talked about this too. Let's go over the passives. I mean, actually I went over this already. Well, more like for endgame, scaling into endgame, you can go for some evasion here and even more movement speed if you want to. Monk's side is amazing. Evasion shield and energy shield. Evasion and energy shield. Sorry, I told you I'm fried. More lightning damage here as well. 5%. Chance to shock. Pretty good. Not bad. Skill speed increase. There is also magnitude of shock with crits. This was an amazing passive, but we will have to scale for crit, which is like, for example, in here. Crit is in here. Big crit must have, I would say, is here because that's flat. Big evasion here if you want to. I might even go for Falcon technique for attack speed because I want to stack attack speed a lot. So also an option. But the rotation is, I like to on single target barrage into double explosive spear, into double lightning spear, and again explosive into lightning. Or you can just literally stand in front of the boss and just do this. So here and there, you would just dance around with roll dodge and whatnot, and that will be your best DPS button. I know it's kind of sad, but that's the current world we live in. Hopefully this will change in endgame. So far, this build was the same since level 1. Someone said he feels the same at level 2 as level 50. I don't know, I cannot tell. I mostly played in group, I don't really know. When I played solo here and there, it felt so much easier. Now with the update, when rares are easier, could be the same. But if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section. Thank you everybody for watching, much appreciated. Let me know what you think, let me know what you're playing. And with that said, I also stream every day on Twitch and YouTube if anyone is interested. I'll put the links in the description. But you guys have a great one. Enjoy your grind and see you soon. Peace.